better, of course.
Smeraldina, listen to me for a moment. This is very serious business for both of us.
Oh, I know. Is that real gold?
Smeraldina, if you continue to act like an ignoramus, you are going to upset the whole apple cart. You have to appear before the king.
Oh, what?
Oh, what a mess you look.
Listen, Fidella, you may be the royal chambermaid and live at court, but I know how to make an impression. The king will swoon to see me.
That is what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that I'm going to be a chambermaid for the rest of my born days. I know the king's taste. He prefers a less gaudy dish. He's one for style and distinction, not all these feathers and fripperies.
How silly you are, my dear. Keep to your kitchen matters. I fancy I'm arranged fine enough to make a beast fall in love with me, let alone the king.
What a vulgar way to go on. Listen. Smeraldina, you have to appeal to His Majesty's fancy. Just think, if you become queen, then I shall be promoted from chambermaid to commander-in-chief.
Oh, let me alone for appealing to the king's fancy. I've been studying all of the best love scenes.
But what good is that if you don't know how to conduct yourself? Listen, cousin, at least let me show you how to appear before the king. Lesson 1, the curtsy. Head erect. Arms draped loosely at your sides. Glide along. Stop. Right knee behind the left leg. And curtsy. Terrible. We're doing that again. Head erect. Arms draped loosely at your sides. Glide along. Stop. Right knee behind the left leg. And
Curtsy!
lose control of yourself, Mr. Birdcatcher.
Lost control of myself? What fancy dress ball are you going to, noble mistress?
As a matter of fact, we are headed to the king's privy chamber for the competition.
To become the queen?
Yes, fellow, to become queen.
Seriously?
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 Seriously!
But what about your engagement to me?
Shh! Tartaglia!
Tartaglia, quick! Smeraldina, quick!
I would rather meet a wolf than that man.
But who are you talking about?
Tartaglia, the Prime Minister.
The Prime Minister? What luck, I've been dying to see a Prime Minister close to.
Smeraldina!
We need to get out of here.
The Prime Minister.
Clarissa!
Fidella!
Yes, Father.
You called?
Clarissa, my child, this is a great moment. Thanks to my unremitting labors, our fortunes in the kingdom of Serendip are in the ascendant. That is well. You're lady-in-waiting, and I am first minister. That is well, but better is to come. Heed my words, Clarissa, and you shall be queen.
Me? Queen?
Yes, queen! Queen! You know that a few years ago, King Dermo questioned 2,748 damsels, princesses, and ladies in his private chamber, and I've no idea why he turned them all down. For 4 years he sworn he would never look for a wife again.
And he would scarcely consider taking me for his wife.
Girl, what I say is what will happen. Let me finish! I brought him around yesterday by sheer skill, reminding him that he has no heirs, and telling him that the people feel unhappy, if not rebellious, over it. And I have at last persuaded him to take a wife. But he has this damn obsession about interviewing all the girls in the privacy of his study. And since we have no titled ladies left to question, he's announced that any young woman of any class may appear before him in this confounded study. He promises to select the one who pleases him most. 200 of them have been so informed, and their names drawn from an urn to determine the order in which they see him. Yours came out first. First! But wait. There remains one obstacle. I could not wean him from his obstinate resolve to submit the candidates to questioning in that devilish privy chamber. So, Clarissa, there we are. I'm the king's favorite. You're my daughter. You are not ugly. Conduct yourself well at the interview, and you shall be queen. And I will be the most glorious, most magnificent person in the world. Tell me, my little Clarissa, you have nothing to be ashamed of, eh? No weight on your conscience which might be discovered at the interview?
Father, I beg you, as you are my father, release me from this ordeal.
What do I hear? You willful baggage, you mewing little puss, would you oppose your father's will?
Oh, Father, no. But do not press me.
Oh, by the jewels in the crown, I will press you. Are you my daughter, Tartalia's daughter, or a quivering little toad?
I cannot undergo this trial.
Oh, so you cannot, Madam Minx? Oh, come and we shall see your cannot, senor. Do not press me. I will persuade you. Even if I have to cut off your nose or bite off your ear. Do you understand?
Oh, dear, I cannot. I may as well confess. I am in love with Leandro. I won't have the strength inside the king to disguise my feelings.
Leandro? The son of Pantaloon, the second minister? A mere gentleman at court. You prefer Pantaloon's boy to a king? My daughter. A wicked, unworthy daughter for Tartaglia the Terrible. Now listen. If you mention this loathsome love of yours to the king, if you don't make him pick you, listen, we're going to him right away. Don't make me say any more.
Have pity. Let me go. And how can I wrong my friend Angela by competing with her? She desperately loves the king.
In love with the king? Angela, Pantaloon's daughter? Oh, Angela, my heart. I meant to make her my wife this day. By love, or by force. In love with the king. Now listen, Clarissa, and tremble. If you don't immediately appear before the king, if you don't behave perfectly when you're with him, if you mention that you love Leandro, if you don't compel the king to pick you, if you mention one word of what I've said here, I have poison ready.
I'll obey. If you want to see me rejected, humiliated...
No more delay! Do as I say, you sniveling, defiant brat, or look out for your life.
Nobody knows, my dearest Angela. Nobody knows. After all, it's called the King's Privy Chamber. And since privy means nothing more or less than private, it must fall that what takes place therein is more or less private. It would be more than impertinent to pry to what is by nature privy.
Dear Father, if only we knew how the king makes his choice.
My pet, there are in the world 2,748 princesses and noble ladies who would join you in that sentiment. The king received them in that privy chamber, asked them 3 or 4 questions, and then politely bade them farewell. Maybe he disliked their wit, or their voice, or maybe he sees in their hearts something he does not care for. In all of my years of office, I've always found him wise, intelligent, and serious beyond his years. I venture to think that in this particular instance, there must be some mystery, black art, or I know not what.
Father, why have you exposed me to such mortification? If the king rejects me...
My angel! I went down on my knees to him. I indulged in my supplications. I implored him to accept you to no avail. You must undergo this ordeal, Angela, though it can but bring us shame and break my heart.
I am afraid to present myself because I know I am not worthy of such a rank. But if by his questions the king is seeking sincerity, faithfulness, if he looks for love...
How? What do I hear? Are you already in love, my child?
Father, I confess it. Oh. I have been bold enough to fall in love with my king. Oh, he will reject me, Father, and I shall not wish to live. Not because I've been scorned by monarch, but because I am rejected and despised by the one who is my very life.
dear me.
But more than anything, I think that is Tartaglia. His first ambition is to see his own daughter on the throne. His second, to make me his wife.
Tartaglia after my daughter? That's very pretty. Tartaglia! That uncouth, uneducated upstart to have designs on my daughter? Oh, rabble, that's what he is, rabble! You are right, my dear. I am losing my head. We might be betrayed, and he is a dangerous man.
But we are alone.
In this palace, one never knows. Tartaglia is a great minister. Oh, let us retire until your audience of the king. You are to be third, you know.
Cupid, I commend myself to you.
A very great minister.
One does not dally with the bird catcher when the king is agog to meet one.
Not so fast, my little country sparrow. You promised to marry me.
A royal command overrules all promises.
No. No. No! The king would not play me such a dirty trick. I will get down on my knees before him. Your Majesty, I'll say. I, your humble servant, I'll say. Having served faithfully all these years. Please don't take my spiraldina from me. You shan't go. I forbid it.
Listen, Tartaglia, a future queen does not toy with the idea of marrying a feather-brained birdcatcher.
I'd rather have feathers on my brain than vinegar. Keep your fingers out of the pudding, chambermaid!
Gently, gently, or I shall faint. Oh, Truffaldino, I do well comprehend the depths of your sorrow and the irreparable damage to your heart, the acuteness of your grief. But my dear man, if you lose a wife, you gain a queen.
But it's not the same thing.
We shall be late. High to high fortune.